Hello guys, good morning. I am Siddharth Muniyal and today I have come to Bhatwatini supermarket located at Krishna Valli in Pulchowk. So let's go inside. I would like to talk about marketing. What is marketing? Marketing is the activity, set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. In my understanding, marketing is creation, planning, and management of activities such as market research, advertising, promotion, publicity, public relation, market segmentation, sales, etc. In this era of technology and globalization, marketing plays a crucial role in establishing a product or a brand. Nowadays, social media marketing is an effective tool for businesses to promote and advertise themselves. Companies can collect required and updated information about markets, customers, prospects, and competitors. They can reach customers quickly and efficiently, sending targeted ads, coupons, and information. They can improve purchasing, recruiting, training, and internal and external communications. People can also utilize the internet as a source of information and to make purchases. They can look for information, communicate, and make purchases online. They can use social media to exhibit loyalty and exchange opinions while communicating with organizations. Now, I'd like to talk about marketing environment. According to Palmer, marketing environment is defined as the individuals, organizations, and forces external to the marketing management function of an organization that impinge on the marketing management's ability to develop and maintain successful exchanges with its customers. The marketing environment can be divided into two areas, the external environment and the internal environment. The external environment consists of two further divisions, macro environment and micro environment. Macro environment are the factors that not only influence the organization but also its competitors. The micro environment are the factors that impact closely on the organization such as competitors, customers, suppliers, intermediaries, and public. The external environment consists of socio-cultural forces. The macro environment consists of socio-cultural forces, economic forces, technological forces, political, legal forces. And the micro environment consists of shareholders, suppliers, competitors, communities, creditors, customers, etc. Political factors. Under macro environment, the political factors are the national and international government influences on organizations. Organizations need to be able to adjust marketing policies and activities accordingly. Under legal factors, the example is that alcohol advertising is illegal in some countries. Macro environment. The economic factors are inflation, taxation, interest rates, exchange rates, income level, employment, consumer and business confidence. The sociocultural factors under macro environment are population, demographics, attitudes, habits, diet, lifestyle, culture, beliefs, values, religion, language, etc. The technological factors under macro environment are innovation, accessibility, information transfer, transport, process, cost availability, etc. The micro environment consists of customers, competitors, distributors, suppliers, and strategic partners. Now I'd like to talk about Porter's 5 forces. Michael E. Porter of Harvard University proposed 5 forces which affect any business. The 5 forces are suppliers, substitutes, competitors, buyers, and potential new entrants. Competitors. The larger the number of competitors, along with the number of equivalent products and services they offer, the lesser the power of a company. Suppliers and buyers seek out a company's competition if they are able to offer a better deal or lower prices. Conversely, When competitive liability is low, a company has greater power to charge higher prices and set the terms of deals to achieve higher sales and profits. Now, potential new entrants in the industry. The less time and money it costs for a competitor to enter a company's market and be an effective competitor, the more an established company's position could be significantly weakened. Power of suppliers. The fewer suppliers to an industry, the more a company would depend on a supplier. As a result, the supplier has more power and can drive up input costs and push for other advantages in trade. On the other hand, when there are many suppliers or low switching costs between rival suppliers, a company can keep its input costs lower and enhance its profits. Power of customers. A smaller and more powerful client base means that each customer has more power to negotiate for lower prices and better deals. A company that has many smaller independent customers will have an easier time charging higher prices to increase profitability. Threat of substitutes. Companies that produce goods or services for which there are no close substitutes will have more power to increase prices and lock in favorable terms. When close substitutes are available, customers will have the option to forego buying a company's product and a company's power can be weakened. Now I'd like to talk about the marketing mix, another important concept in marketing. The marketing mix pillars work together to help you make business decisions that will define marketing strategy and activities. Identifying these pillars points out what you need, where your company excels, and where it can improve. The four P's of marketing mix are product, price, promotion, and place. Under the extended marketing mix, the seven P's are product, place, price, promotion, people, process, and physical environment. In the 1950s, Neil Borden popularized the concept of the marketing mix and the concepts that would eventually be known as the 4 Ps. Borden was a Harvard University advertising professor. His article, The Concept of the Marketing Mix, published in 1964, illustrated how businesses should employ advertising methods to engage their customers. Now, I'd like to talk about product. A product is a good or service that a business provides to its clients. A product should, in theory, satisfy an existing consumer demand. The price of a Now I'd like to talk about price, another P among the 4 Ps. The price of a product is the amount that customers pay for it. Marketers must link the pricing to the product's actual and perceived worth as well as supplier costs, seasonal reductions, and rival prices. Place. When a corporation makes location selections, it's trying to figure out where they should sell a product and how to get it to the market. Promotion. Advertising, public relations, and promotional strategy are all examples of promotion. The purpose of product promotion is to show customers why they need a product and why they should spend a given price for it. People. It describes the people who run the business. People who work with the product, regardless of their function, are just as important as customers. They are advocates for the company and explain the value of the organization to its clients. Process. Process outline how you plan to meet client expectations. It defines what you will do to consistently provide an outstanding customer experience. Physical evidence. It notes the physical elements needed to complete the mix. If a company provides services, there are physical aspects that companies use to delight customers and set themselves apart from competitors, like promotional materials. Thank you.